Afternoon in Carson with one of the heaviest events we'll see here in the games.
And the crowd really loves to get into these heavy events. Event number 6 is a squat clean pyramid. They're going to start 10 squat cleans at 165, 8 reps at 180, 6 reps at 195, 4 reps at 205, 2 reps at 215. Now the tricky thing about this event, they must finish each station in the number of reps required by a certain time period. So they've got to finish those 10 reps by the first 2 minutes or they cannot advance.
The group of 10 looking to set the time to beat here for the remaining heats coming up after heat number 1. Led in this one, keep your eyes in lane number 6, Tasia Persevitz, who is the strongest athlete here in this group of 10 athletes. She'll be in lane 6.
She has the highest list. Tasia's a lot faster on that event 1. Expect her to jump out quickly.
The opening window of 2 minutes now underway. Must get through 10 squat cleans at 165 pounds.
And when you strip everything away, this is an Olympic movement. However, it's still a race. And they're starting out with this little bit of a lighter weight. 165 pounds, they can use this as kind of like a warm-up to really get into things and get ready for those heavier weights as things advance down the track, down the course.
Speaking of advancing every halfway through the window, they will advance the bar to the next spot on the floor. Also on the top of the screen, leader's name will be highlighted in blue. That currently Christina Seeley at rep number 7. Everybody else in red. And if they have a minus number, that will indicate how many reps they are behind the lead.
You know, and Christina Seeley, she does compete in Olympic lifting competitions. And kind of a funny trivia point, she was a primary classmate with Lucas Barker. So both of them are really good at Olympic lifting. Maybe they've been trading some secrets back and forth.
Tasia Persevitz in lane number 6, already through round number 1. She finishes that opening window at 54 seconds, an absolute quick pace, and that's going to help her out and possibly setting a tough time to beat for the remaining 3 heats.
And you see she's adding the weight. They've got to do that themselves except for that last bar. So now she's up to 180 pounds, and she's got to do 8 reps. And I like the way she's setting up, Brandon. She's being deliberate. She's not rushing things, but she's being smart with her approach, really setting it up right, getting underneath the bar, standing it up just like you should, just like any coach will tell you to do.
Persevitz, a Games rookie, but during the offseason did many of the major offseason competitions that were against several of the athletes here at the Games and looking to make her mark here in the tennis stadium as we have the first event of the night. Persevitz on the left. Meanwhile, the next 2 athletes on the leaderboard in this event, Meg Reardon on the left side of that right shot on the screen. Justine Beef currently in 3rd place in lane number 9, also on the right box.
Justine also had a pretty high PR when it comes to a clean and jerk. She's right in there with the other ladies at the top of the heap in this heat. 230 pounds for her clean and jerk, her max there.
3 rookies leading the way.
But you'll notice Tasia, and one thing that she's doing is as the weights get heavier, the technique is just that much more important. And on that very last lift, she was just spot on that technique. She had quick elbows getting underneath the bar, and she's so fast getting back underneath the bar. And once she does that, she has no problem standing it up. 2
minutes, 25 seconds to get through that second level of 8 reps at 180. Persevitz will move on to 6 reps at 195. Only took her 91 seconds to get through the second level.
See how fast she gets underneath that bar? And I like the way that she's just composed. She's in her own game right now. She's not watching the other ladies. She's just doing what she needs to do. Like I said, getting those elbows underneath there and catching that in that front rack position. And I like that she's not getting ahead of herself, meaning that she's not trying to go too fast to stay ahead of the ladies. She's just working on what she needs to work on and controlling what she needs to control.
Continuing to hold a 3-rep lead over Meg Reardon and Justine Beef. Aaliyah Helmick also into that battle as well. Current leader Persevitz on the left side of the screen, Reardon in the middle, Beef on the right.
And you see that Tasia actually catches that bar a little bit lower than where Meg Reardon was catching it. Meg almost caught it and then rolled the weight down to the bottom of her front squat. where Tasia is getting underneath it quick, and she's catching it at the bottom of her front squat.
While Persevitz leads, 3 athletes will be cut from the field as the 4-minute window has closed. Alexis Johnson, Alethea Boone, and Madeline Sturt all eliminated by that second window at 4 minutes. Now the athletes still on the floor have until 6 minutes to complete 6 reps at 195. Long breather here for
Tasia's taking a minute to really set up in front of that next bar.
That's something that the ladies are not dealing with down here today. Thankfully, our super hot barbells, the heat down here on the tennis court floor is really starting to pick up. But what's really been nice is that Rogue has made cooling pads made of foam to keep over the barbells. They're really thick foam that blocks the sunlight out, sort of similar to what you'd find over a coolant pipe. And what's great is that every 20 minutes or so, if they put them on the barbells cool right down, so you won't deal with any burning hands or burning collarbones today.
Thanks, Nikki, and that is a very nice feeling for the athletes on the floor, as it has been the hottest day of the week thus far throughout the Masters teams and now individual and teams portion of the competition. Persevitz through 2 of 4 reps at 205 pounds, continuing to hold the lead over Aaliyah Helmick and Christina Seeley battling for second.
And she's still really spot on with her technique, even though fatigue is starting to set in. I mean, we've been going now for almost 6 minutes, but you see Tasia on the right, and she's still taking a lot of time to set up, and I can only trust that her and her coach know what they're doing. It is a race. Now she just finishes those 4 at 205.
Persevitz onto the final level of 215 pounds for 2 reps. Seeley on the left, nearing that point, as is Aaliyah Helmick, who's only a rep behind and now level with Tasia Persevitz.
And Aaliyah likes to move a heavy barbell. She's also used to being fast and racing. She was a track and field athlete in college.
Meanwhile, looking back, Harley Fuhrer has been eliminated by the 6-minute window. Still have 6 athletes on the floor.
And Tasia struggles with that 215-pound bar.
1 rep remains for Tasia Persevitz, and this might be a very tough time to beat in the remaining 3 heats. The 25-year-old rookie out of CrossFit Free trying to hold off Aaliyah Helmick, who's through her first rep.
Now, if Aaliyah can minimize her rest period on this, Tasia's already gone through her pre-lift ritual, so to speak. Now she's stepping back to that bar.
1 clean at 215. All that remains for Persevitz stands it up.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Just ahead of Christina Seeley, who nearly stole it from Persevitz. 0.2 of a second the difference. Aaliyah Helmick 5 seconds back in third.
And I was thinking Tasia was taking a long time to set up in between each lift. Now, she didn't miss any of those lifts. She didn't even really bobble. And I'm almost wondering if she could have gone a little bit faster. But, of course, where do you ride that line, right?
3 athletes left, all onto that final level. So they'll be working until that 11-minute time cap, which is 3.5 minutes away. Yeah,
not able to pull herself under fast enough and get that bar and catch it on her shoulders.
Jennifer Smith on the left. Meg Reardon was in the center of that shot. Justine Beath on the right a moment ago. Jennifer Smith, what a performance she put in through that, gritting out that foot injury through Murph, trying to continue that momentum and gets the first of 2.
Out. Talk about grit, just standing that bar up. And Jen Smith also finished her event number 1 at the regionals. She had a good time on that as well. We only had 3 ladies really that finished that event under the time cap.
Meg Reardon threw her first of 2. All 3 athletes with 1 rep remaining. Still about 2.5 minutes until the time cap. Looks like Justine Beath will be the first one to take an attempt of these 3. Beath, the rookie out of CrossFit Lower Mountains in Australia, stands it up, and she'll take the position.
Wow, nice job by Justine.
4th place for Beath. Smith will just edge out Reardon for 5th. And all 6 of those athletes that made it to the final level will clear the squat clean pyramid.
Very impressive. We had a lot of ladies that were lifting that. They were squat cleaning heavier than what their actual 1 rep max was on a squat clean and jerk.
But here in heat number 1, the time to beat for the last 3 heats will be Tasia Persevitz at 7:01, but only 0.2 of a second ahead of Christina Seeley, who nearly stole it in the very last second.